Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Today's expression, 家人们谁懂啊? Okay, 6 characters. It's like a full sentence. And actually, this full sentence became net speak because it serves a purpose as the opening to say, basically, it says, homies, who get it? Like, people might, especially 家人们, supposedly folks older than me, homies, then who can figure out what I'm going through. So this is the opening sentence before somebody is going to rent. So I translate it as renting time. When you see 家人们谁懂啊? And then you're going to hear some complaints about the everyday mundane stuff, but this is the opening phrase using that. It's probably started by some influencer, and then people start to pick up, and everybody follow the same pattern. When you start with 家人们谁懂啊? And then you start to talk about your life, how, pour out the bitterness about your life. Okay, 家, we talk one whole episode about this. A dome, private space, which chimney. So for Chinese, cooking, kitchen, that's, must have for home. And then we have the pig image under it, means your protein meat source, your prized possession back then. Without humans depicting any there, but this whole setup of food source, food processing, your private domain, under the dome, that's the definition of home for Chinese. And the 人, this English letter R looking thing, is a side view of leftward, is the forward facing side view human figure. So this is the front, and this is the back side of your body. I mean, it's abstract. It doesn't look realistic at all. I mean, it's hard to see that way, but that's the abstraction of 人. So 家人 means homie, like people who are related to you, your blood relatives. Okay, and 们 is Chinese way to say a plural form. 家人们 means is your extended family, probably. It's more than your direct family. Is the everybody who probably share your last name. And 们 is expressed this plural, and especially 们 used by people. When we add this after a person referral character, that means a plural of those. And of course, it's made of person and then with a door. Person plus a door. So I would assume this multiplier purpose is because after opening one door, you normally are going to see multiple people in one household, right? By the way, the average American household size is 2.5, something like that. So still today holds true. Open one door, you're very likely to see multiple people in there. So 家人们 together is homies, okay? 谁懂啊? 谁? Okay. When you start learn Chinese, I'm pretty sure this is one of the first things, just like who, where, when, all that characters, commonly used component in a sentence making. This 谁 is who. And because it's a native language to me, I never even think how a language refer to who, right? Until today. Okay, the left side is a speaking, and then the right side is a bird. So basically, who is guess which bird is singing, right? Bird speak, like which type of bird is making this type of sound. By the audio, we try to identify the bird, and eventually this bird identifying thing transfer to human identifying thing. So if somebody knocking on the door, you have a blocked by the door, and they are going to guess who is there. This who is like that sound, that voice, bird speaking came from whom. Okay, so that's 谁. Dong, we have a heart symbol. Heart symbol on the left side related to cognitive or emotional processing. So ancient times, we don't really classify how the brain functions, or not even brain. So we not think much about the brain. It's mostly attributed to heart. So your heartfelt emotions, right? And your heart try to understand something. So this dong means to understand. So that means cognitively understand something, skill of heart function. And then the right side, dong, is a type of plant by this double trident looking thing, a cluster of plants. That's the plant symbol. The bottom is traditional Chinese, this tong. Well, let's say contemporary Chinese, tong means children. I guess preteen children, according to the classification, well, or unmarried children, because in ancient Chinese, below 15 years old is the age you're regarded as your childhood age group. About 15, you probably can get married. Back then, it's pretty early. Then this tong originally doesn't really mean childhood. Actually, it means enslaved or male slave. Male slave is made of this early morning farming image, which I explained in another character. I see that as planting or farming itself. It has the time, that's the sun rising from the east. We have the tree here. It's a little bit complicated. Okay, so this tree canopies, tree root connected by the trunk, that's tree. And then this oval shape with a horizontal line is the sun embedded in the tree, means the sun hasn't rise above the treetop yet. It's still early in the day, so that's morning. So that's related to the east. So that's a Chinese east marker, but actually it means the sunrise originally, just by visual. And then we have the soil symbol underneath. That's the time and the place. That soil got to be farmland, right? Farm soil. Two horizontal lines with one vertical line. So this is some plant, and I mean perfectly connected to that root of the tree, right? And then first horizontal line is at ground level. Second horizontal line is the indicator to say the attention got to be directed of the tip of the plant, the root of the tip of the plant, which is the surrounding of that root, not the root itself, because we have another character that intersect. The root is going to puncture through it. The pointer is overlaying on top of the root itself. Then that's like draw your attention to the root itself. Here is at the very end, very tip. That means the surrounding of the root. That's soil. So we have the timing, which is sunrise, and the place, the soil. Then who is working on there? It's the slave, the male slave. So this slavery is implied by two horizontal lines and one pointing down line. According to some scholars, that's an ancient type of corporal punishment too. So ancient times when you commit sort of crime, right? According to the ancient law and order book, then you are your criminal status was punished by lower your status as a free person to become a slave. Okay, so I guess prison labor, not exactly prison. Like if you become a slave, you probably can move around some places and make yourself useful and become basically a free labor to pay back for the crime you committed. And this crime thing is indicated by this two horizontal lines with this upside down arc thing pointing down. So this convex shape with one vertical line is pointing down, and two horizontal lines, I will read it as heaven and earth. So something is pointing downward, that you're kind of get pinned down, and that's kind of almost like you find guilty. Therefore, this heaven and earth is going against you, almost like that. So this male slave altogether, if you committed a crime and then you put on into labor of working on top of the soil at the sunrise time, provided as a free labor, that's slavery, eventually became almost like English equivalent of a page boy. So it's a young boy, serves as a servant to, I guess, upper class can afford. And that's Tong originally. Nowadays, it's just children, pre-teen children, okay, like before teenage years children, okay. And then this slavery, farming plus the plant is a type of plant, and I would guess it's probably the type of heavy labor farming activity done by the slaves back then, and paired with the heart symbol, then becomes understand. That jump is, it's open for interpretation. So this understanding, I guess, understand that you need to form a certain relationship between humans and the land, and slavery, social structure implied over there, everything embedded in this complicated structure, eventually become get it. Okay, and this have this uprising cliff thing. So you see this top left corner framing, that means high ground, and we have low ground, top left corner. High ground with three, same structure stack up. That's a Chinese way to say it's a cliff. And then you have this mouth symbol, and then you kind of sing praise to the heaven. That's ancient, like singing. I guess singing back then, just like dancing, came from this ritual, this human's efforts to communicate with nature, right? You kind of try to come in harmony with nature because that's the environment, the condition you exist. And when you have this singing, trying to praise the God, I guess, and then you have the cliff that depicts the moment when you're seeing this high rise, tall mountain, and then you're going to have this in awe moment that you want to praise the power of nature, or how it outsides you, it surrounds you, it's kind of dwarf you. So this human against nature, this big mountain scenery there, that's a human's awe in response to that. And that in awe eventually add this mouth symbol next to it, became our exclamation. So when we add this to the end of the sentence, it means we are in awe, or we really want to add a strong emotion to this full sentence. So 家人们谁懂啊? It's like nobody really understands me, nobody gets me, homies, something like that. So that's the beginning expression to say, now is my time to rant, like why I'm feeling so misunderstood. All right, so that's ranting time. 家人们谁懂啊? All right, thank you for your time. See you next time.